Hello, hello, hello. Tell me if you can hear me. Sound good? Check, check, check. Guys, I'm going to eat lunch. I've got an hour and a half left in my window today. Hey, what's up? What's up? Sound good? Thank you, thank you. Guys, I'm going to eat. I've got till 2 o'clock and then my eating window closes. So don't mind me. But we're going to attempt this rocket launch again today. Hopefully it will go off. But why is a secret rocket launch even being showed to us anyway? And then they're telling us it's a spy satellite. I don't know. And they lost the other one that they just put up, supposedly. Right. Thanks for stopping by. Yesterday was kind of a bummer. You know, I waited all afternoon yesterday, off and on, and then I saw in the evening that they were T-minus 4 minutes. So I thought, okay, we'll give it a try. No, didn't work out. So I apologize for that. I thought we were going to have a launch. But check this out. Before it goes up today, or as it goes up today, I'm going to leave the live going. I'm going outside with another camera and try to catch this thing going over south central Arizona. I'm going to try. Oh, if it's out there, trust me, I'll get it. But it's got to come this direction, and I think it will. But I will be out there either way. I'll keep the live stream going in here because they'll continue to talk, you know, like they were doing yesterday, even though we didn't have a rocket launch. Popeyes. Yeah, and this little, well, it's not really a diet. You can eat whatever you want, but you can only eat in a specified time frame. You pick the 6-hour consecutive window that you want, and you can only eat in that window. Anything prior to your 6-hour or after is just water. That's it. But it's really not hard. No. It's honestly not. So pardon me while I eat. And then we're going to chase rockets. How's that sound? We're going to chase a rocket. Got the camera ready. Ready again. Fully charged. Oh, I want to talk about their, like my favorite subject. Why the oceans are receding away from the shoreline. Forgive me for eating, but I'm starving. We're just going to wing it. Everybody doing good today? Good? Pretty decent here. About 68, I think. Hey, we're going to start checking UV again. Probably next month. Here's our meter. Let's start checking in February. There it is. It's been retired. Not officially, just for a few months. Break it back out. Probably the end of February. That's what the map is behind me. Up there. Those are the locations of our Team UV members. Right up there. Including Amsterdam. So I'm always looking for new members. If you guys can. And Mexico. Which I think I have Mexico marked. But that's what that map is for. Team UV. Good guys and gals. Smart guys or smart gals. They've made some very good observations. How the UV can be surprisingly more intense on cloudy days. We learned that. Proved it. Proved it multiple times. Linda from Philadelphia is the one that discovered that initially. Got a UV reading of 14 from Philadelphia. Say what? 14 in Philadelphia? That's more than the Bahamas. That's more than at the equator. No. And that was on a cloudy, partly cloudy day. 14 in Philadelphia. Right. I never got a reading that high here in the desert. Never was. Well, I think I got close, but not as high as Philadelphia. Philadelphia saw 14 plus multiple times. Pretty crazy, man. A lot of crazy things going on. And that's why I think these rockets are going up. They're watching something in space, and they're learning something new about our planet. Sorry, guys. I will stay closer to the mic when I speak. I'm just trying to eat because my window of eating time today ends at 2 o'clock. So if I don't eat before 2 o'clock, then I'm going to be hungry at about 8. But you know what? Between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., you can eat whatever you want. But after your 6-hour window, no more eating until the next day. And you'll find that if you want to, you know, lose a few pounds or get yourself, I don't know, it's not really a tough diet. It's not even a diet because you can eat what you want. You just manage how you eat. You don't eat in a 24-hour window. You simply eat in a smaller window. That's all. 6 hours a day. That's your eating time frame. Don't just eat whenever and how much you want. You can eat whatever you want in 6 hours, but that's it for the day. And you will see results. I guarantee it. You don't count calories. You count hours. Simple as that. You manage your time. You manage your time wisely. Everything else will fall nicely in place behind that. Excuse me while I take a bite of my food. Getting hungry yet? You know you are. Anytime you watch somebody eat, you get hungry. I'm almost done. I'm sorry. That's why I was kind of late getting this up, because I was going to eat, and I'm like, you know what? I said 15 minutes, so I didn't want it to be too late. That's why I'm late, so I apologize for that. I'm a hungry boy. 63 minutes. We'll see. Good enough. Cool. Eat a little something small before 2. Be good for the day. Right on. Let me set this over here. All right, thank you guys. I apologize for eating in front of you, but I had to get something in. I'm actually very hungry. Okay, what we got going on here is this is the GO 16 weather over North America, about as real time as you can get, other than watching the Weather Channel, I suppose. There's the rocket launch up there that you see here. Today should be a go. We'll see. Over there is the GO 16 infrared. I have them both going all the time. Oh, this thing here. You know what that is? It's not a gimmick. It's a weather forecaster. This thing will change its physical appearance quite drastically with the weather conditions outside. Out here where we live, the weather doesn't change too much. So this is a little project in motion, really. I haven't seen it change yet, but supposedly these little crystals along the bottom will migrate towards the top depending on what's going on outside. Snow, it's supposed to look a certain way. Rain, one way. Extreme heat, another. So we'll definitely be ready for the extreme heat, but I haven't seen any rain yet. Or obviously snow, won't see any of that. But it's called a storm glass. See that? This is the box that it came in. Read the reviews. They said it worked pretty cool, so we'll see. Sorry, I got a text here. All right. What's going on with these oceans? Huh? Why are they in retreat? Especially here. Why are they in retreat? You know that's a big deal, right? Right. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just letting you know that this water moving around like that is trying to tell you something. And water is insanely heavy. So when you see a large portion of a coastline go dry and it's not some sort of an extreme low tide event, then there's something going on. You can blame it on Cat 5 hurricanes. Obviously, an earthquake can make something like that happen. Other than that, you know, we are having to think outside the box in extreme ways. What could cause that? Underwater volcanoes? underwater hydrothermal vents. Yeah, absolutely. So it seems like right now our main focal point is here. And over here. So to me it looks like we're looking at an area between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, centered in here, occasionally down by Brazil and Uruguay. It could be happening elsewhere around the globe. We just don't know about it, or we're not seeing pictures of it yet. But I have a feeling it is happening elsewhere. Just on a unrelated note, I was looking at the shoreline last night, and I want to thank you, Mark, for the picture. Some sort of an anomaly. I'll share it with you guys later, but over northwestern Australia, this was pre-hurricane landfall. It was a small hurricane. It went into a pretty uninhabited area. I looked it over, 6-7 inches of rain. Winds weren't too extreme, at least what I saw. But I was looking at the shoreline down here on Western Australia, and it looked perfect. Perfect. But come up here to North America, take a look around, especially in the Florida area, doesn't look right. All the way from the Panhandle, including Pensacola, which is in the Panhandle, but I'm sure there's other areas. Pensacola's all I've seen as of right now. Down through the handle into Tampa, and we saw some water disappear during Hurricane Irma, which I can't argue that because I've never been in a Cat 5 hurricane. I've been in a Cat 4, 2 Cat 2s, but no coastlines drained like that. So Tampa Bay has emptied multiple times, and from what I understand, it's emptied prior to the hurricane, during the hurricane, and it's emptied after the hurricane as well. So there's definitely something going on with the water along the shorelines of Ecuador and South America. Saw a mini tsunami in Colombia. I'm sure that these are not the only places that are experiencing water anomalies. During Hurricane Irma, where are we at? Lost my brain. Okay. Down here in the Bahamas, the water was in retreat for what looked like many miles off of a couple of those islands. People were absolutely astonished. They'd never seen anything like that before. And you know, I got to be honest. I mean, I've been a watchman for a long time. I've never seen that either. And the first thing I think of is the weight. Oh my God, water is insanely heavy. So the only thing in my mind that can move water in that capacity is the earth itself. So the earth has to be moving in unique ways. Yeah, we can blame it on the Cat 5 hurricane, but to hold it at retreat levels for multiple hours and then slowly come back to the shoreline, it just, to me, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, that's a big deal. We're definitely keeping a close eye on this. If you live near a coastline, like we have Jose in Ecuador, he lives right there on the coast. He's a great spotter in Ecuador. Anybody else that lives maybe in the Gulf of Mexico, Florida Panhandle, Florida itself, anywhere on the eastern seaboard, we're seeing, where are we at up here? In Newfoundland, what appears to be according to Philip, the pictures that he's sending in his observations since October of 2017, Newfoundland, way up here in northeast Canada, looks like, according to him and the pictures that he sent, a new high tide. So I don't know what's going on up there, but there's a boat dock and a little outbuilding that are sitting right on top of the water, and they never have been. So it's about a 4-foot rise, according to Philip. But anybody, even the West Coast, we need spotters on the West Coast, Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico, especially around Florida. We got to keep an eye on Florida. The Caribbean, we've seen it now happen in Belize. Of course, it was right after the earthquake, you know, but no tsunami. Doesn't make sense. So we need to keep an eye on that. Big time. 53 minutes. Almost ready. DeLand. I've been to DeLand. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I've been to DeLand, Florida. Uh-oh. Thank you. You know what that was? My atlas. This fell off my desk. This is a 1974 Rand McNally Atlas of every place on Earth. And this was created in 1974. So yeah, I do refer to this every once in a while. Be right back. Something else I was going to show you guys. You ever see one of these? My wife got me this for Christmas. It's a pyramid of some sort of crystals that are supposed to keep you surrounded with a good vibe. There you go. Kind of cool, huh? I'll post in the description box where she got it. I don't know where she got it, but kind of cool. Keep it on my desk. So we are going to chase a rocket here soon. What is up? I'm going to have to put on my glasses here. Hold on. I've still got my sunglasses on. That's from when I was out getting lunch. Hour and 15 minutes, and I got to stop eating for the day. Manage your time, and everything else will fall into place. What's up, Mark, Michael, Serenity RN, Charminator Osborne, Kathleen, Ali Bali Scully. Right on. Oh, the air. Rhea. Rhea's from Canada. Rhea sends me really cool pictures of the sky all the time, and I appreciate them, Rhea. Thank you. Keep them coming. I do look at them. Regina. Kathleen. Chris. J. Bird. P. Clayton. Rachel. BML. What's up? 1014. Havoc. Clash Havoc. What's up, buddy? Mark, Lindsay, Aaron, Cheryl, Shadow 71, Anonymous, Jennifer Johnson, DS, Cynthia, Maria, Geneva, Strawberry, Planetary Protector, Jacob, Betsy, Angel, James, what is up? Had to put on my cheaters. In fact, you know what I need to do is open up the font a little bit. I'll do that. I can see good far away, but up close, let me try it here. Jess, all right, huh? Ed, Nick, see, I could do it. Chris, the butterfly, Steve, Teresa, Cynthia, what's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. We're going to chase a rocket today. We're looking at T-minus 49 minutes, so we'll see. Yesterday was an absolute joke. Seriously, waited for hours. And then I kept you guys waiting all that time. I sincerely thought it was going to be a go, because they had postponed it like 6 times prior to that. So anyway, we're going to get it today if it does happen, and it should be a go. The weather overall is pretty decent. Yeah, weather's good. Good. So I don't want to hear today that the weather is going to postpone the rocket launch. if they can't get their act together today, then they need to pursue other things. Kept us all waiting yesterday and wasted our time, and our time is our most valuable asset. Period. Manage your time, like I told you earlier. Everything else falls into place in your life. Manage your time. Sitting around here waiting to go chase a rocket, and I'm going to get it too. That last one went right over our neighborhood, right up here. That way. I'll be out there, trust me. But when I do, once it launches from here, in real time, I'm going to be real time going right out the front door. And I do think it will come this way because I do think they go... what direction do they go? Anti-clockwise? Yeah. Just like the... What was it? Something came down over the Sudan on January the 7th. That unusual... And we've seen those before. It looked like excess rocket fuel. You know, again, another mysterious observation from the SpaceX top secret rocket launch of January the 7th. Something came down over Africa, and that would be anti-clockwise. But it came down 7,000 miles away from the point of origin, which would have been Cape Canaveral, Florida. 7,000 miles is how far that is, which for a rocket, that's no big deal at all. You know that. But the rocket itself landed successfully back on the ground at Cape Canaveral. I mean, those guys are really good. I mean, you got to admit, that's impressive. And then they have excess fuel that spirals through the atmosphere and was visibly photographed by an airline pilot over the Sudan flying to Denmark. Pretty cool. I mean, he's like at eye level with this really weird anomaly, but it was jet fuel. I've seen it before. I knew what it was. But where did the excess fuel come from? Or was it the satellite itself that they claim was lost? And if all this stuff is top secret, why are we even being told about it anyway? You know? Are they trying to tell us that they're observing something? I mean, I think we all pretty much know that that's the case. We know something's out in space. We're not stupid. We know the Earth feels it. We feel it. It's not top secret. It should be knowledge to everybody. You know, we're all a part of this, so there should be no secrets. That's the way I see it. But, yeah. You know what? If I was the president, I suppose if I were, you know, the president didn't have to answer to other people or whatever, there wouldn't be no secrets. You guys would know it all. You would know what I knew. There would be no secrets. I would tell you what the missions were for, you know. If it's a secret, why bother? Doesn't make sense to me. Like with the water disappearing from the coastlines, you know. You look at those boat docks that are sitting in dry sand. You know, that's not how, when they were built with the knowledge that, hey, you know, the water disappears about once a week, so your boat could potentially be sitting in sand unusable for X amount of time. We don't know how long, but it just happens. No, it didn't happen. It never happened when those boat docks were built. And not only that, waterfront property is very expensive. People pay prime dollar for waterfront property. They don't pay big dollar for homes that sit on the ocean for the ocean to disappear every once in a while, and they can't use their fancy boats. No, it doesn't work that way. And if you take a look at some of these places around, especially the Tampa area, you know, a lot of the buildings that were built there just east of Tampa Airport, and there's homes too, they were built there under the, you know, understanding that this is, hey, you know, this is oceanfront property, not part of the time oceanfront property, and the other time you're going to be looking at this gnarly looking dirty sandbox, and you can't use your boat, by the way. And then they expect you to pay premium dollar for that. That's not how it works. No. Nope, that water has never done that. You may have seen extreme low tides occasionally, but nothing like what we're seeing now. The last picture I got from Pensacola, the person told me they'd lived there their whole life and had never seen that happen before. So whatever's doing it is very big and very strong. Simple as that. "43 minutes. We're going to go chase a rocket." Weather's good. Weather's good, so I don't want to hear that the 20-mile-an-hour winds have postponed the rocket launch. Do you know how fast a rocket accelerates into the atmosphere? A 20-mile-an-hour wind wouldn't even... It'd be like a flea landing on an elephant. I mean, really? Seriously. I mean, it's 800 feet in the atmosphere in, what, 1.5 seconds? So it's past the 20-mile-an-hour wind. And besides that, it could be on the ground, at ground level, 10 meters, 30 feet. You could have calm winds, and you go up into the atmosphere, your upper jets could be 100, 2-mile-an-hour winds. So it can't be ground level winds, you know. They couldn't compromise a rocket launch. Because on a good day, on the ground, the jet stream could be moving at 100 miles an hour above the rocket. So that doesn't make sense. There was something else going on. And, you know, these guys are pretty good at it. It's not their first rodeo. It's what they do. They launch rockets for a living. They don't get up there and forget a pin on a rocker arm or something like that. They don't make mistakes like that. Just like SpaceX. They didn't lose that payload, whatever it was. No, I mean, that thing, I think it was multi-billion-dollar payload, and they lost it and just, well, no, they didn't lose it. They got it into orbit just like they were supposed to do. And I think this launch here, I don't know, it's just my opinion, but I think differently sometimes. But I think they're waiting on something in space. That's why they kept delaying it yesterday. They were waiting on something, maybe something to rendezvous with in space, and they kept waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, they postponed it until today. You know, maybe this thing's on some sort of a weird 20-hour orbit or something like that. They missed the window yesterday. Maybe they're going to try it again today. I don't know, but I don't think it was ground level winds. No. Just making sure we're ready. It's not every day a rocket goes over your house, you know. And we're ready. You know, like the other night, it was December 22nd, 6:33 p.m. Mountain Time. The rocket goes over our neighborhood, right? Get to looking back in time. Actually, my daughter found it. 1937, Vancouver witnessed the same thing. And this was pre-rocket era. Something flying through the air over Vancouver that looks like a fish in the sky, just like we saw here. Were there rockets in 1937? Maybe. There was probably a lot of things in 1937 that we simply don't know about. 39 minutes. T minus. Don't screw it up today, guys. Got a really cool picture just a little while ago from a gentleman. I need to find out where your location's at. I'm going to try to share it with you here if I can. I haven't downloaded it yet. Robert, what did you catch here, buddy? it's going to be difficult to tell. I'd show you guys, but it's just all blue sky. But that's not what's in this picture, trust me. I'll make a video about it. Robert caught something by accident. It looks pretty cool. Honestly, you want to know what it is? It looks like a big giant bird. It's actually a real bird too. It's not. It's at a very high altitude and it looks ginormous. Whoops. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I did take a screenshot of it. I don't know, man. You're not going to be able to see it in this picture, but here's the main picture. At the top of this picture, I don't know, maybe you can see it. See that? I'll get in a lot closer and get that in a much clearer image. It's definitely a bird, but it's just at such a high altitude. That's what puzzled him. It looks so big at such a high altitude. It might be a California condor. I don't know. If he's out west, out here in the Southwest or California, it could definitely be a possibility. Those are big birds. There's also a giant bird down in the Andes in South America. It's called the Andean condor. Not quite as big as the famed thunderbird. Honestly, I never really did too much research about a thunderbird. And supposedly those things were spotted in areas that I grew up in. This is what's weird. Once I got to reading about these like legendary birds, there were eyewitness accounts coming from the place that I grew up. And I spent a lot of time outdoors growing up as a kid, as a teenager, and as a young man. I wasn't a hunter, so to speak, but I spent a lot of time in the woods. You know what I hunted? I hunted ginseng. Do you guys like ginseng? You ever hear of ginseng tea, ginseng root? I used to hunt that. I wouldn't hunt animals. I'm not that person. I can't do that. It's their earth too. Who am I to run around and start taking pot shots at the creatures of the earth? So I didn't hunt, but I spent a lot of time out in the woods, near the rivers, the Mississippi and the Illinois River. That's why when I'm seeing pictures of the Mississippi River, I'm seeing big, massive sandbars. I've never seen that before. And I spent a lot of time out there, but I'd never heard of these legendary birds in the communities that I grew up in either, because trust me, I would have been looking for them all the time. Never heard of them growing up. So I don't know where those stories even came from, but I did read several reports of those birds being spotted from Wisconsin through Illinois, Missouri, down into Texas. You know, I don't know what to think of it, but I never saw one. And I spent a lot of time outside. Used to hunt a herbal root called golden seal. You ever hear of golden seal? Golden seal root? I found the mother lode of golden seal root one time. I dug so much golden seal root. All I took with me when I was hunting, looking for golden seal root, I wasn't hunting animals. I don't hunt animals. I hunt plants. I ran across 2 hillsides of golden seal root, and it's a small plant, and it's got 1 leaf on the top, and when you see it, you can't miss it, and then it grows in patches, you know. And I found two big patches, and I dug until I filled. All I had was a pillowcase, and the reason I use a pillowcase is because it's like a potato sack, a gunny sack. It's tough, so if you're walking through thorns and briars and things like that, if you have a plastic bag, it's going to tear open and become not usable. But if you take a pillowcase, a gunny sack or a potato sack. They're tough, and they can handle the tough elements out there. But I filled up a pillowcase full of golden seal root. When you break open golden seal root, the inside of it is bright yellow. It's really cool. The ginseng was a little harder to find. But the ginseng root, when you did find it, you could tell how old the root was by counting. It would have rings on the root. Not like this. This does not have rings on it. But if this had a ring on it, the ring represents 1 year. The oldest one I found was had 63 rings on it. So the plant itself was 63 years old. I had buddies that found some that were over 100. Where that ginseng goes from North America is to Hong Kong. And they pay big money for natural ginseng that only grows in North America. They can grow it over there on farms, but it's not the same as wild ginseng like you get in North America. The ginseng is very popular in Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, the lower half of Illinois, parts of Missouri, Arkansas, mainly through the center of the United States. And yes, I found it. It's a little tougher to find up in my area. You had a lot of good competition. There were some guys that knew where to go, and then you couldn't go on their land, you know. But yeah, they would have these outposts that would buy it, and then they would sell it to a trader that would ship it to Hong Kong. And as soon as it would arrive in these Hong Kong ports, it instantly went up for sale. And they paid a lot of money for those. They all use it overseas in Asia. T minus 31 minutes. We're going to chase a rocket. Background radiation sensor. See that there? See it or not? I need to get that hooked back up. I run it mainly. I need to run it all the time, but the software that I have that operates it can be. It's not all the time. It can be rather noisy, so I haven't had it on for a while. But I'm going to turn it back on. That is a background. It's a background radiation monitor. Actually works pretty good. And it does pick up background radiation spikes every once in a while. And I've not been able to backtrack it to a source. You know, like maybe a random solar storm or a CME or some unknown, you know, I don't know. Every once in a while, though, you will get a background radiation spike, and it's not near, you know, any type of equipment or anything like that. It monitors the Earth, but I don't know. Still trying to get familiar with the software. I've got some other projects going on, too, that I will get done when the time's right. We need an induction magnetometer is what we need. Wow. If we had an induction magnetometer, we would have eyes and ears in space. But that's crazy expensive to get a really good one. It's like, it's just crazy. T minus 29 minutes. But if we had an induction magnetometer, like we used to have access to one, and a couple of months after we taught ourselves how to track a comet using the induction magnetometer, it picked up electromagnetic discharge from the comet. The instrument did, And the comet was really nowhere near the Earth, but the electromagnetic energy was picked up by planet Earth, and it was sensed by the induction magnetometer. And you could track visually, and with that instrument, you could hear the audio of the instrument, or of the comet going by. It was actually Comet Pan-STARRS. And it wasn't too long after that, I probably shouldn't have done a YouTube video about it, I guess, but I was just sharing it with you guys to show you that, hey, we can track comets using this wonderful instrument. Well, the instrument soon went offline to the public. So I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done a video. So we learn as we go. Right. So maybe we don't always show our hand. You know what I mean. But that was a great instrument. That was a fabulous instrument. I know they still use it. We don't have access to it anymore. I'd love to have one, though. We would know if anything was getting close to Earth. Piece of cake. But I am going to put together a ionosphere monitor. In fact, it's right there. In fact, here it is. Jove. It's a Jove receiver. That's right. So when the time's right, it will be on. T-minus 26 minutes. Come on, guys. Something interesting for this summer. I haven't really brought it up yet, but I will. Late summer. Mid to late summer. Very unique, I don't know how to word it. Let's just say it's going to be things are going to be very interesting in our cosmic neighborhood this summer. It's all good, though. You guys are good. Nothing to worry about, but you just need to be aware of your surroundings, that's all. All of us. You know, we're up here. You don't know who to trust or believe, so we have to figure it out on our own. And we will. You guys will be okay. Holy cow. Am I seeing that right? Jason Vale? Wow. Thank you, Jason. Holy mackerel. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. No, this summer, but like I said earlier, you guys are good. No, you're good. You got nothing to worry about, but our cosmic neighborhood is going to be very interesting this summer. So we're keeping an eye on it. I'm watching it already. So, but today, we're going to watch a rocket. T-minus 24. Already got our eye on it for this, I'll tell you when it is, July and August. And each day we get closer and closer to that moment, I guess. And it would be a moment, a sequence of moments, not just one. It will last for a while. And there's the potential to see some pretty amazing things. But you guys are good. You have nothing to worry about. Don't worry. You be a warrior, not a worrier. You're good. All right, rocket man, let's go. Let's get this rocket up in the air. Wonder what they're going after. It's a top secret rocket that it's got I guess a classified payload. I don't know, but they're telling us that it's a spy satellite. What are we spying on? I mean, with all the satellites that are in orbit, from what I understand, there's thousands, tens of thousands probably. If you look at the early pre-dawn hours of the morning sky, if you go outside, if it's clear, if there's no clouds, and right after dark, about an hour after dark, every once in a while you can catch a low Earth orbit satellite. And if it flares, it's what's called an iridium flare. It's reflecting the sunlight, basically. That's what gives it the light. But T-minus 22. But no, if you look about an hour before sunrise and an hour after sunset, you can see, I know I've seen many, depending on your location, I suppose. I mean, anywhere on Earth you should be able to see them. But on clear days, clear mornings, clear nights, step outside, and usually within 5 minutes I can see a satellite moving. I've actually seen them, I would say, going in all directions. I didn't think that they used to manage these instruments that way, but now I've seen them going south to north, north to south. When this was back in 2012, for you guys that don't know, back in 2012, I discovered something by accident in Hydra. It was in the evening hours, 9:30 p.m., March 12th, I think. I saw something in the sky. I don't know what it was. I had no idea what it was. It was just something I'd never seen before. And I watched it for a whole week. And one night, there was a fleet of satellites that went, and Mars was in the eastern sky. I was watching this thing in the eastern sky, March of 2012, March, I want to say 13th or 14th through the 20th or something like that. But anyway, it was in the same exact location. It would just flash, just a big burst of colorful light, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. But a fleet of satellites one night went through that exact spot. So that told me that I wasn't the only one watching this thing. And it was amazing. Never seen anything like it. And I tracked that thing until 2015. Saw it once, partially in 2016, and I haven't seen it since. T-minus 20. Let's do it. I keep hearing something. I don't know what I'm hearing. The weather's perfect, so I don't want to hear that the weather is going to cause this thing to stay on the ground, so. Guys, let's make it happen. I just Linda, if you're watching, thank you for the message. She sent me a video about, I don't know, some lights in the sky. But there's no attachment, Linda. You might want to, if you want to wait a minute. Yeah, send me the attachment, Linda. I didn't get the attachment. So if you're watching, Linda, send me the video. I didn't get it. It did not come with the email. But thank you, though, for thinking of me. I always appreciate sky phenomenon. We're especially watching coastal water phenomenon right now. Very, very close. We always watch the sky, always have. We are sky watchmen over here like you wouldn't believe. But I genuinely love space. I love to learn. I want to know what all this means. You know, what does it mean? Yeah, we just wake up one day and we're flying through space on a big wet orb that's traveling supposedly 1,000,000 miles a day, rotating at 60,000 miles per hour, moving at 1,000 miles. I mean, it just doesn't mathematically. You know, you look around and it's like, what? Then you try to understand the sun and how it affects the earth, and then once you get it, you understand that the sun affects everything. The sun is the earth's energy. So when we see, you know, big, strong movements that require a lot of energy, like with the coastal water disappearing, you know, is it something from a solar minimum maximum arena? I don't know. We're trying to learn. Sorry about that. I don't know why the live stream went off and on. I have no control over that. And I'm sitting right next to the router, so it couldn't be a Wi-Fi thing. But it looks like it's strong. I'm sitting here watching it. T-minus 16, guys. Yeah, I don't know why it went offline there, guys, but it's back on now. I apologize for that. That is beyond my control. Like I said, I'm 10 feet from the router, so we should have a good connection, and there is no excuse why we shouldn't. T-minus 15. So hopefully, my goal is to obviously watch the rocket launch live here on the live stream, but I want to add to this with a secondary video of some sort of phase of this rocket going over Arizona, like the last one did that launched from this same location in Vandenberg Air Force, or at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. So if it's anything like the last one, we should see something here. So we'll see it live on this camera, hopefully, and then we'll see it from my perspective from out in front of the house, believe it or not. It's kind of crazy. T-minus 14. Gonna have to go eat like a banana or something, because at 2 o'clock, then I'm done eating for the whole day. And if I don't go eat like a banana or something like that, then come 8, 9 o'clock tonight, and I get pretty hungry, I'm not gonna lie. But if you just kind of mind over matter, just fight through it, you will see results, man. You definitely will. I know 2 people, my brother-in-law and my mother-in-law both have done it and had tremendous success simply by controlling the time that they eat on a daily basis, and you do it every day. Sorry for the disconnects, guys. I have no idea why. Oh, thank you. This has got to hold me over until mañana, tomorrow. My banana for mañana. So hopefully this will work. I might have to eat too. I get hungry, man. I like to eat. But you know what? If you just control when you eat, your weight won't get out of control. Control what you eat. Control your time. T minus 13. T minus 12. Right on. Compass up there on the wall. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. The compass has changed orientation, and I never touch it. Just a few degrees, but nevertheless, I do keep a compass in here, and it has changed. I have not touched it. All right. T minus 10. Thank you, Rhea. Seriously, I really like sky pictures, so if you guys, like Rhea just sent me a sky picture, I know it's a good one. Send them. Reports at MrMBB333.com. Reports at MrMBB333.com. I love sky pictures and coastal water pictures. If you guys see any water absent from areas that you normally would not have a recollection of water not being there, send a picture and we can triangulate it on maps. Gentleman just sent me an email with that very thought in mind, you know, and it's a great idea. In fact, I'll do it. I'll do it on that map right behind me. Actually, that one over there, but we'll see if we can see some sort of a pattern, you know. It's kind of a big deal. That water's very heavy. T minus 9, weather conditions are really good, so I'm going to step outside and see what the weather looks like here. I think, well, last I looked, but that was a couple hours ago, it was all clear. I'm going to go double check, and it will be coming from that direction, which is west to east. I'm telling you, that last one we saw on December 22nd, seriously, and I've seen some pretty crazy things in the sky, don't get me wrong, but that thing there took the cake. Looked like a giant blowfish flying through the sky. Are you serious? Wow. And what was even odd, or even more strange, by this time I'd moved into the backyard. Well, you could see it either way, front or back. In the western sky, after the rocket had already, actually it looked like it went down out here in the south desert. But after it was gone, the western sky stayed lit up like there was a giant spotlight in the sky. I'll tell you what it looked like. It looked like a white sun. It's hanging over California. Yeah. Looked like a white sun. Bright spotlight that stayed up there for, I got a picture of it somewhere, It stayed up there for like, I don't know, 10 minutes. You know, again, it didn't make any sense. The rocket was already gone. In fact, it went down at a slight incline, not a steep angle, but it slowly went down south of our location. And the western sky remained lit up for like 10 minutes. I mean, bright. But it was bright white. T-7. I'm sure there'll be another delay. Hopefully not, but maybe that's just when they start the broadcast. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I was up and running today. Let me go check the sky conditions and get some more water, and I will be right back. T minus 3. Skies are good here, except for some, which I've seen them all morning, a couple times when I was out this morning. Planes traveling, spraying in the proximity of the sun. There's one right now that's going directly in front of the sun. But other than that, the sky's actually good. T minus 2, so we'll see what they've got to offer today. Hopefully it will not be a series of postponements. Two minutes. 2 minutes, they should at least go live or something. Wait a minute. That's interesting. Craig's cool guy from New Jersey that sends me all kinds of neat stuff. He just sent me the weather for New Jersey. 63 for the high and 41 for the low after they just went through a very frigid, what was it, a week? Where temperatures were around zero. It was very cold. I grew up in the cold, so I know what that's like. I've experienced minus 17 degrees. That's not the wind chill. Minus 17 degrees below zero. That would have been probably the winter of I want to say January of 1999, maybe? I don't know. I know it was cold for 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row it was minus 17. On the third day it got up to zero, and I felt like a heat wave. Very cold. I know what that's like. Here we go. Live coverage of the Delta IV. Launch begins in 8 minutes and 44 seconds. You know what that means. I'm going to be hustling outside here in a minute with my camera. I'll wait till about the 1 minute mark. And if it's a go, then I'm going to go outside and see what I can capture in the sky, because it'll be over here in no time. If it's anything like the SpaceX. Literally, the SpaceX went, I don't know how high it was, but it was within probably 10 miles of our neighborhood. It was actually pretty cool, I gotta admit. Holy cow! Man, you guys are... Who did that? Jason Vale. Wow. Thank you, Jason. I about fell out of my chair. I really appreciate that. You don't know how much. I mean that too. All right, camera's ready. Okay, this is gonna stay in here. That's gonna stay in here and that. All right. Got my running shoes on. I am ready. Thank you, Jason Vale. James Jacus, Nikki H. T minus 6:55. Well, we can definitely do without that noise. Let me see if I can fix that little problem. There we go. How's that? Ready to roll, guys. Make it happen. Make it happen. And tell us what the big secret is. Tell us what the secret is. Wouldn't you love to know? Nah, maybe we wouldn't want to know. Actually, I do. I want to know. What is the big secret? Up there spying on other countries or whatever. You know, we've been doing that since the 70s. We don't have to do that today. I'm sure the technology's been up there for a long time to do that. Probably don't even need the internet to sit here and listen to me talk. T minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Come on. Julie, Linda, Jason Vale. What's up, Jason Vale? Stefan, Songbird. What's going on, guys? Tanya. We are going to go chase a rocket here in about 5 minutes. I apologize for any disruptions in the service, guys, or the stream. I have very little control over that. I'm very close to the router that's has the Wi-Fi connected to the router, so they're both within 10 feet of me. So hopefully it will stay up and... Oops. There's no way that the video output should be low. I'm sitting right on top of the router. Come on. Seriously, some days this stuff reminds me of, and some of you may not remember it, but I do, the dial-up days. Sometimes the internet actually acts like the dial-up days. You had to plug your internet into a phone outlet that are pretty much obsolete in this world that we live in today. Everything's wireless. But you had to plug your modem, is what they called it, a modem, your computer modem, into a wall. You had a hardline connection. Yeah. And it still took 3 or 4 minutes to connect to the internet. And in today's world, maybe it's because we have so many people using the internet, I don't know, but every once in a while, yeah, it's like anything, I guess. It's not perfect, but I would think in today's world there would be very few glitches. T minus less than 2 minutes, so if I take off out the door, you know where I'm going. I'm going to get video of this thing going over the neighborhood. Hopefully. But I'll definitely keep this up and running. It's not going anywhere. At least not by me. What's up, Robin? Ruby. Jelly Bean. Stacy. Mandela Effect. Scratch. Nikki H. All right. We are at 1 minute. So probably I would say in 1 minute they're going to come and bring us another probably countdown, I would assume. I don't know. I don't think they're just going to come on and this thing's going to be roaring into space, but we'll see. But anyway, we are at the 1 minute mark. And the weather's ideal, so at least weather-wise, that should not be problematic today. What's up, James? Ginger, Lindsay. What's up, Stacy? What's up, Paul? We are at 8 seconds. Here we go. Here we go. So I guess we don't have a T minus exactly at the moment. They're working on a helium issue. So do I dare say here we go again? I mean, seriously, they've had over 20 hours to fix anything that could be.
This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and holding. While the team continues final preps, let's take a look at a preview of today's flight.
The following profile details the important events of this mission.
All right, maybe they're going to do it.
We have ignition and we have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance.
The Delta IV RS-68A main engine and two strap-on solid rocket motors ignite to lift the vehicle away from the pad. Shortly after liftoff, Delta IV begins its initial pitch and yaw maneuvers to attain the proper ascent profile and minimize aerodynamic loads. Delta IV reaches Mach 1, the speed of sound, at 49 seconds. At 55 seconds, the vehicle reaches maximum dynamic pressure.
That's over my house.
The strap-on solid rocket motors, or SRMs, are jettisoned 100 seconds into flight. Approaching payload fairing jettison, the Delta IV is burning propellant at a rate of more than 1,950 pounds per second, more than 70 miles in altitude, 63 miles downrange, and traveling at a speed of more than 5,400 miles per hour. The payload fairing is jettisoned at approximately 3 minutes, 10 seconds.
So I got a 3-minute window.
ULA is using a Delta IV Medium Plus 5.2 configuration rocket to launch the NROL-47 mission. This is the 36th Delta IV launch since the inaugural flight in 2002, and the third flight of the 5.2 configuration. Built in Decatur, Alabama, the Delta IV Medium Plus 5.2 rocket includes a common booster core powered by an Aerojet Rocketdyne RS-68A engine and 2 orbital ATK solid rocket motors. An Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10B2 engine powers the Delta cryogenic second stage. The payload is protected during ascent by a 5-meter diameter payload fairing. On December 11th, the encapsulated payload fairing was transported to Space Launch Complex 6 and made it to the Delta IV rocket. On January 6th, the mobile assembly shelter was rolled to its launch position. It protects the Delta IV rocket from the wind and fog so common to its location here on California's Pacific coast. At approximately 5 a.m. Thursday, January 11th, the MST, or Mobile Service Tower, was rolled back, revealing the Delta IV rocket. Using 40 hydraulic cylinders at pressures nearing 3,500 psi, the 10 million pound MST is raised 8 inches to begin the move.
10 million pounds.
Using a carriage transporter system traveling at about a quarter mile per hour, it takes about 25 minutes to roll the MST 300 feet east of the Delta IV rocket. The Delta IV rocket stands 220 feet tall, or about 22 stories, and weighs just over 3/4 million pounds fully fueled. The Delta IV RS-68A main engine and 2 solid rocket motors produce more than 1 million pounds of thrust at liftoff.
All right, let's do it. Let's do this.
Engaged in the research and development, acquisition, launch, and operation of innovative overhead reconnaissance systems necessary to meet the needs of the intelligence community and the Department of Defense. The NRO is recognized for its transformational intelligence collection systems that are used to develop highly accurate military targeting data, support international peacekeeping and humanitarian relief operations, and to assess the impact of natural disasters. The art for today's mission depicts a classic battle between good and evil and represents the NRO's dedication to mission, military expertise, and camaraderie. The Latin phrase means, "Evil will never prevail," signifying NRO's commitment to national security. This morning, I had a chance to talk with Toli Teliancic, ULA's Director of Launch Operations. Let's take a look. Tony, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
The launch team worked through several technical issues yesterday. Can you tell us a bit about the countdown?
Sure. A very exciting countdown yesterday. We had a lot of activity occurring on the net and off the net to be able to deal with some of the issues that occurred. The day before we lost the window because of the weather. We weren't able to actually even move the tower. And so the beginning of the window yesterday, we were dealing with the weather. It had come down significantly, but we were able to overcome that challenge. And then through the count, we ran into a couple of different issues in different areas, and you may or may not have heard them on the countdown network, but we had some range activities, actually a foul range with the boat at one point, and then we had some ground system issues that we had to deal with. Overall, the team did an incredible job of coordinating those activities and doing their job to make sure that we were maintaining a safe and secure environment for the rocket, and prepared when available to be able to successfully launch it.
So a lot of the discussion yesterday took place on the anomaly net. Can you walk us through some of the different nets or channels that the team has available and kind of the process that they follow to resolve issues?
Sure. Launch is all about communication, being able to successfully coordinate activities and communicate actions for the team. One of the key areas that everybody hears is the countdown net, countdown 1. And that's actually a very limited discussion, specifically focused on commands and situational awareness of what's going on. But behind that, there are a number of nets, including management net, an engineering net, and a very important channel, which is the anomaly net. Normal engineering activity that has to be dealt with can be done on the engineering net, and there are a lot of responses that are basically just an engineering response. We can direct the team to do something, and that goes back to the management channel for implementation on channel 1. But if there's an activity which is kind of out of process that we need to go deal with, we take the team to the anomaly channel. On the anomaly channel, we have to get the various stakeholders all together, not just the control of the operators, but the engineering team, as well as customer team, the spacecraft team, the range team is appropriate to be able to deal with that specific issue. They get together, discuss the options, look at the path forward, lay out the activities that need to occur, and then transfer that over as approved over to the management channel for implementation and rolling out to the team. The management channel then kind of rolls it back out to channel 1, and that's what you hear. So there's a lot of discussion behind everything that you hear on channel 1 in terms of what we're going to do from an anomaly standpoint.
Great. Well, there was a lot of great discussion yesterday, so thanks for sharing some of those insights.
Thank you.
As ULA's Director of Launch Operations, what's your role?
So my role is very limited on launch day. I sit back and watch, but it's all the activities that occur before that, and actually making sure that the team has everything they need to do their job. From a processing standpoint, the rocket starts much earlier. You start back in the factory, and it rolls for several months, and then eventually gets delivered to the launch site for this particular mission, Roll 47. That came earlier in the year, and the team had to process the rocket, test the rocket, make sure that everything was ready. And to do that, my job is to make sure they've got the tools and the resources and the people and everything to make it successful.
Right. So ULA has a very exciting year ahead. Can you share a bit about the missions coming up in 2018?
Yeah, this is a great year. There's a lot of exciting activity. This mission is the first of the year for our national security customer here off the West Coast. But then a week from today, we're going out to the Cape and launching the Sivers mission off the East Coast. So the activity kind of goes back and forth. We've got a Mars mission, which is an interplanetary mission, which will be launched here at Vandenberg in the May time frame. That's really exciting because I think that's the first interplanetary Mars mission that has occurred off the West Coast. And as you know, the Mars activity associated with exploration is really exciting. A lot of people interested in that mission.
Absolutely.
And then we go back to the Cape middle of the year for the Parker Solar Probe, which is a Delta IV Heavy. Those are always exciting.
Yep.
And then we kind of follow up towards the end of the year with a crew mission. A couple of others in between, but the commercial crew mission is really exciting because it is preparing us for putting astronauts on our rockets in the near future.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for all that great information. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Pressurization of their ullage pressure as required. With that, the team opened those valves, and we've returned to a nominal condition for tanker pressurization. pumps are back to a nominal condition, and other related valves were also checked while the team was out there to ensure that we have a correct valve configuration in all other locations at the helium area.
They're going to launch.
We're back to a nominal condition with no concerns for proceeding into the count.
Proceeding into the count. So they're going to launch another.
900 plus on our helium outlet pressure. So
The ULA are launching another rocket in a week off of the East Coast, which is interesting. West Coast a week later, East Coast. That's very interesting. So we should be going into the T minus like 4 range, maybe 8 range. Once that occurs, I'm going to go ahead and step out. I'll leave it on. I'll turn it up as loud as I can do it. For some reason, that's not working over here, and I do apologize for that. But we will see it, and if I can catch something outside, trust me, I'll get what I can, but no guarantees. They're working on something at the base of this thing. Some valves, they were saying that they finally got them configured.
This is Delta Mission Control.
So that's good.
The launch team has resolved the issue with the ground helium
Ground helium system.
system. Provide any updates with more information.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, guys. No time to be messing around with valves. You should have already had that done. But a launch in a week from today off of the East Coast. So that would be the SpaceX launch December 22nd, the SpaceX launch January 7th, this ULA launch January the 12th, and then another launch on January the 19th. That will be 4 launches, probably of, top secret magnitude in less than a month. So something is going on, no doubt about it. Something is going on. But what can we learn from it? West Coast launch, East Coast launch, less than a week. Lost a unit on the 7th, less than, 5 days ago? Supposedly. I don't know. Do you guys believe that? Do you think they lost the satellite? I mean, they got the rocket up over 100 miles above the surface of the Earth, brought it back down to the surface of the Earth, and landed it with pinpoint precision, and lost the satellite. Really? I honestly, I'm just being honest, I do not believe that. And I don't know why. But again, I don't know why they would have to make a story like that up. We don't know either way. I mean, really. And to go tell the world that, we lost a $1 billion rocket or whatever, or satellite, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe they really did. Wow. But I don't think so. So we're waiting on a T minus, and once that starts, then I will head outside, and I will video and take pictures from outside. Waiting for the old T minus. Checking helium valves. Yesterday it was arm pins.
This is Delta Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes of holding. The launch team has resolved an issue with the ground field system, and we are working towards a new T0 of 2:11 p.m. Pacific time. We recently received a final briefing from Captain Ross Melgay, the 30th Space Wing's weather officer. The weather is within the launch commit criteria for today's liftoff.
Weather's good for the liftoff. Looking for a new T minus of 2:11 p.m. Pacific time.
The ground winds are 12 knots out of the north, and the temperature is 64 degrees Fahrenheit.
64 degrees, winds about 10 miles an hour.
And we're proceeding with preparations for launch.
T minus in like 5.5 minutes. So really the weather couldn't be any better. So we should see some sort of a final T minus, I would say 5 minutes from now, unless something else goes wrong. So I'm going to get ready to go outside, guys. I'm going to give you a full maximum capacity here. Final T minus, I would say 5 minutes from now, unless something else goes wrong. So I'm going to get ready to go outside, guys. I'm going to give you a full maximum capacity here.
RC, LC, that one?
Yeah, LCRC, the range can support.
So RC, LC, verify range ready for FTF open loop test.
And the range is said they'll be ready for that at 21:05 Zulu.
Roger, 2105 Zulu.
2105 Zulu is now.
And the range is said they'll be ready for that at 21:05 Zulu.
Roger, 2105 Zulu. Flight control, LC, net one.
Yeah, it's 2105 Zulu.
Minus 1 hour.
Flight control on that one.
Are you in a position you can proceed with flight control final press?
Yes, I could put that into work.
Okay, I'll put that in work prior to doing open loop test. So proceed.
Roger. Flight control on that one.
Are you in a position you can proceed with flight control final press?
Yes, I could put that into work.
Okay, I'll put that in work prior to doing open loop test. So proceed.
Roger.
Delta rocket has a robust history of support to our nation and the world. While the launch team proceeds with launch processing, let's have a look at a video highlighting Delta's legacy.
On January 20th, 2011, a Delta IV heavy launch vehicle lifted off from Space Launch Complex 6 at Vandenberg Air Force Base, carrying the L-49 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office. More than 50 years in the making, the Delta IV Heavy was the largest rocket to launch from California's western range and was a fitting tribute to Delta's legacy of support to our nation.
We have liftoff. Liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying the NROL-49 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office. This marks the first West Coast Delta IV Heavy launch.
Though first launched in 1960, Delta's story really begins in the mid-1950s with the development of the Thor Intermediate Range Ballistic Missile. Named after the Norse god of thunder, Thor was created in response to a growing fear that the Soviet Union would beat the U.S. in the deployment of a long-range ballistic missile. The goal was to design a system that could deliver a nuclear warhead to a target 2,300 miles away, the distance between the United Kingdom and Moscow. On January 25th, 1957, the first Thor lifted off from the newly constructed Space Launch Complex 17 at Cape Canaveral. Following a series of early failures, the Thor team celebrated their first success on September 20th, 1957. In all, 59 Thor IRBMs were launched, with the last flight occurring in 1975. Thor began the transition from missile to space launch vehicle in 1958. On October 11, 1958, America's newly formed space agency marked its inaugural launch when Thor Able boosted NASA's Pioneer 1 on a mission to the moon, and NASA's long partnership with Thor was born. NASA and the Douglas Aircraft Company began development of the fourth and longest-lasting Thor configuration in April 1959. Using a Thor first stage and a Vanguard second and third stage, Delta I lifted off on May 13, 1960, from Cape Canaveral's Space Launch Complex 17. Though its first launch was not successful, the Delta team quickly pinpointed the failure and 3 months later delivered NASA's Echo 1 communication satellite to orbit. Following Echo 1, the Delta team racked up an impressive 22 successful launches. Led by Bill Schindler, the Delta rocket earned its industry workhorse moniker for rapidly establishing itself as one of the most reliable and versatile launchers. In the 1960s, Delta launch vehicles paved the way for the burgeoning communications industry, launched America's first weather satellites, and sent probes to explore our universe. AT&T's Telstar 1, the first commercial communication satellite, launched in 1962. And in 1963, SYNCOM 2 became the world's first geosynchronous satellite. TIROS, or Television Infrared Observation Satellites, provided the National Weather Service with man's first view of the Earth's cloud cover. In orbit around the Earth, Moon, and Sun, NASA's Explorer satellites provided us with a deeper understanding of the solar wind, cosmic rays, and Earth's magnetic field and radiation belts. By the end of the decade, launch vehicle modifications, including the addition of solid rocket motors and an upgraded third stage, made it possible for Delta to orbit satellites 10 times larger. The 1970s was an international decade for Delta, as the manifest included scientific and communication satellites for several countries across North America, Europe, and Asia. Perhaps the most demanding challenge of the 1970s was the launch of the Earth Imaging Earth Resources Technology satellite. Later known as Landsat, the mission for the Earth Sciences community required major changes to the Delta propulsion and guidance systems. During the 1980s, Delta continued its reliable service to the communications, weather, and Earth imaging communities. But as capable as the Delta rocket proved to be, production came to a halt in the early 80s when national space policy dictated that the space shuttle be used as the U.S.'s primary launcher, signaling the end of the expendable launch vehicle. But in 1987, the Delta team picked up where they left off, and development began on a launch vehicle to support the Air Force's Global Positioning System. On February 14, 1989, Delta 184 began a new chapter in space launch history as it lifted off from Space Launch Complex 17, demonstrating an incredible feat. The Delta II had gone from development to launch in just 2 years. To accommodate the larger GPS satellites, engineers improved the Delta rocket in several ways. The fuel tanks were stretched, a new payload fairing was developed, and larger solid rocket motors were incorporated. The modifications resulted in increased performance and flexibility. By the mid-1990s, the Delta II had delivered the fully operational 24-satellite GPS constellation, and though it was developed for the Air Force, Delta again became a reliable partner to both NASA and its commercial customers.
We have good separation on all three airlet solids.
Over the course of its more than 20-year run, the Delta II has launched some of America's best-known scientific and exploration missions.
We have main engine start, 0, and liftoff of the Stardust spacecraft, and liftoff of the Delta II rocket carrying the Spirit from Earth to planet Mars.
Liftoff of the Delta II with Graham.
On the commercial side, Delta II launched the Globalstar and Iridium constellations, which brought satellite telephone communication to the world. Continuing its evolution to meet the growing demands of its satellite customers, the Delta team developed the more powerful Delta III. Though short-lived, the Delta III doubled the performance of the Delta II.
We have ignition and liftoff of the Boeing Delta III rocket.
In partnership with the Air Force's Evolved Expendable Launch Vehicle program, the Delta team began development of the next generation Delta IV rocket in the mid-1990s.
Main engine start.
And we have liftoff of the first Boeing Delta IV rocket carrying the W5 telecommunications satellite for Eutelsat of France.
All Delta IV configurations begin with a common booster core, powered by the RS-68 main engine. Solid rocket motors provide additional thrust at liftoff, and the choice of a 4 or 5 meter diameter payload fairing allows the Delta IV to more precisely accommodate varying payload sizes. The Delta IV Heavy, with its 3 common booster cores, delivers our nation's largest missions to orbit.
Liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy rocket carrying the NROL-32 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Delta IV launch vehicles are produced at a 1.5 million square foot state-of-the-art facility in Decatur, Alabama. Processing and launch takes place at Space Launch Complex 37 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station and Space Launch Complex 6 at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California.
Range safety online on.
From its early beginnings as a weapon and deterrent through its transformation into a space launch vehicle, Delta has reliably supported our nation for more than 50 years. Delta's legacy as a workhorse continues today and is a testament to the persistence, dedication, and commitment of an enterprising team that has continually evolved the Delta rocket to support a changing world.
And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket.
Looks like it's going to be a minute. I was just checking out the radar. There's a flood watch for, correct me if I'm wrong, parts of Ohio, Michigan, Virginia. There's it's a line, a specific line of snow, ice, and rain. Sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject. I'm just looking at the weather. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was like that. I mean, I did, but I didn't know it was a flood watch. We don't need any floods, Chris, Julie. No more floods. No. No more floods. Sure, that's wishful thinking. Ryan, Barb, Chris, while we're sitting here waiting on them to get their helium tanks in order. I can't believe they've had all night and all day to fix a helium tank, Julie, and they haven't done it yet. Like our time's not valuable, you know? When they tell me they're going to go live at 1 p.m., do it. Keep us sitting around here waiting all day. We've got better things to do with our time. Are you in this area? Any of you guys? Flooding through tomorrow. For parts of, I don't know, it looks like Ohio. Some snow in Kentucky, right on. Snow in Indiana. Snow in far western Pennsylvania. Rain in eastern Pennsylvania. Rain in upstate New York. Did I see correctly where there were 199 mile per hour wind gusts in the Sierra Nevadas yesterday evening? Do you know that that's not really that uncommon? Mm-mm. Nope, happened last year. No, wait a minute. Was it last year or the year before? I don't know. This last year went by so fast that it may have been 2016. No, it was early 2017. 199 mile per hour winds up in the Sierra Nevadas. I actually did a video about it. When they got all that rain and stuff down in the Sacramento Valley up in the Sierra Nevadas at high winds and snow. And one of the 3 atmospheric rivers that hit California, one of the storms that rolled through the Sierra Nevadas had some wind gusts, recorded wind gusts of 199 miles per hour. So that story that came out, I think, today, that's happened before, actually. Maybe it's just a different spot. And you know, we did a video about the possibility of flash flooding near Santa Barbara the day before all of that happened, and nobody listened. We did. We talked about black rain turning into black mud because of the hillsides loaded with ash and soot. Marcia, Angel, you guys knew. You guys knew ahead of time that there could have been flash flooding coming down the hillsides north and east of Santa Barbara and Montecito. You knew. But Oprah Winfrey did not know. And you know, that's a lady right there that's got some pretty impressive credentials. I mean, I think at one point in time she probably had unlimited access to the White House whenever she wanted to. And she didn't know of the storm coming towards Montecito, or at least the potential magnitude of the storm, and we did. And I say that very humbly because I don't have an ego. You know, I watch the weather. That's why I'm sitting here talking about the weather as we're waiting on this rocket for these guys to fix their helium tanks. Come on, guys. But no, we saw that storm coming. Sure did. I mean, I felt bad. I felt bad for the people that were over there that went to bed the night before thinking everything was cool. No, it wasn't. But we tried. I still feel bad, though. But if you look at that place, and you guys can go look right now. Go look at an aerial map, a recent one. It doesn't even have to be that recent. Look at an aerial map of the Santa Barbara, Montecito area. You'll see, and you'll see that this has happened before. In fact, it's probably happened many times in that area. There's been big mudslides there before. If you just look at the geography of that part of California, you can see it's happened there before. There's been big mud flows there before this event, yes. But they went and they built a bunch of homes and put people and families in that area. But anyway, that storm, the hillsides, they had no way to manage the water. So, of course, it's going to turn into raging streams. I didn't know it was going to take big boulders like that. I knew it was going to be a mess. And it was. So sad. But our rocket is north of that area, less than an hour. As we wait. As we wait, Mia. What's up, Jay? What's up, Chris? What is up, Angel? Michael, Sean, what's up, Steven? Sylvia, what is going on? We are waiting on a rocket. Like we were yesterday. I'm gonna grow a beard waiting on this rocket. You kidding me? I'm losing confidence in you guys over there. Psh. No, I'm just kidding. I know things can go wrong. It's a big, complicated piece of equipment, so naturally things are going to go wrong. But for SpaceX to pull them off so quickly, I mean, when they say they're going to launch, they usually don't mess around. They get the job done. But if you lose the payload, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose. You know what I mean? Nikki? Freedom Fighter 57, what's up? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Wendy? Julie? This message has been held for review. I'm going to have to look at that one. Sorry, guys. Again, this is way above my pay grade. If it was in my pay grade, we would have already seen a rocket launch, and I would be out there chasing it with my camera. That right, Julie, Barb, Mark, tell them. This is unacceptable to keep us sitting around here waiting for days to just get a rocket up in the air. Been doing this stuff for over 50 years. Ah, well. Maybe if we wait long enough, they'll tell us what the big secret is, huh? Yeah. What's the secret? Jelly Bean, what is the secret? What's up? SB. Commission High, what's happening? What's happening, Fred? God's Warrior, what is happening today? You're like me, you're waiting on the rocket launch. Now, if they're going to launch a rocket off of the East Coast on Friday of next week, the weather conditions are going to have to improve drastically. I mean, right now, from the southern tip of Florida to Newfoundland, it is just a sprawling conglomeration of precipitation, whether it be rain, ice, or snow. We've got everything from winter storm warnings to flood warnings, flood watches. What's this one here? Yes, flood warning. Where's that at? flood warning for... You know what? This is kind of important. We're going to take a closer look here. Oh, good. The flood warning is canceled for the following rivers in New York. Well, that's good. So the flood warning in, looks like, it's upstate. Western New York flood warnings have been canceled, which is good. I mean, there's rain coming down, but I see why the flood warning was canceled. It's not that bad. I mean, I've seen much heavier rain than that didn't implement flood warnings. Come on. And you know, I think that's something that you guys can probably share also. They're having a hard time predicting the weather, aren't they? Yeah. You noticed that too, right? Didn't you, Chris? Didn't you, Cynthia? You guys have noticed it. They're having a hard time predicting the weather. I mean, you've got 36 degrees below zero in South Dakota and 117 degrees Fahrenheit in Australia. You know, there's just severe imbalance. I was looking at Greenland yesterday, and those winds will be, I'm talking about winds south of Greenland and near Iceland. So there's like up towards the Arctic Circle, extreme winds like they saw yesterday in the Sierra Nevadas. But these winds will be pushing 199, but over 175 miles per hour, JJ, in Greenland. That's starting tomorrow. Southeast Greenland, 175 mile an hour gusts. And that's a stretch of 200 miles south Greenland up the east coast of Greenland. Iceland, you're looking at wind gusts of near 100 miles per hour. That would be tomorrow. And I do think, actually, it's the northern edge of this big storm that's got the entire eastern seaboard of the United States wet right now. I do think it's part of it, or it actually goes up and mixes with this energy that's assembling in southeast Greenland. Wicked winds pushing 200 miles an hour. Absolutely insane. So now they're talking again about their future plans. The ULA are scheduled to send missions to Mars, not necessarily humans just yet. But they are, Sylvia, going to be eventually, someday, taking humans to Mars. And this group here, I don't know if it's actually a company, I guess it is, they're taking the first humans to Mars. Chris, Mark, Geronimo Alpha, what's happening? Joel, Ginger, Julie, Commissioner High, Stephen, what's up? Love Warrior. New 5 Ministries, what's shaking? What's up, Cynthia? I know. I hear you, man. I am like totally bummed out with these guys and their helium tanks. I think they're waiting on something in space. Like we talked about earlier. That's why they didn't go yesterday, because they're waiting on something in space to go up and check out. It just hasn't arrived yet. That's me just thinking outside the box. I'm sure that's not the case at all, right? But it wouldn't surprise me. Matt, what's happening, buddy? Tanya. Crystal, what is going on? X-Ray 22. I know, guys. I'm waiting to patiently. I've got my handy-dandy camera sitting right there. And I'm hoping to see this thing outside, but... Winter storm warning for Let's take a look. Winter storm warning coming to an end across the Mid-South. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. this evening. West Tennessee. Get a little snow there. If I'm not mistaken, last year around this time, they were putting out some wildfires in West Tennessee. No, that was East Tennessee. Central and East Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, it wasn't good. I see it. There's actually snow in Central Tennessee, North Central. Cool. It's not going to last very long, though. Nah. But another big system. That's just how they roll anymore. They roll big, and they're overachievers. Cat 5s that last for, how long was that thing a Cat 5 for? 5 days in a row? Steve? No. Yeah, 4 days in a row. Cat 5. And if you watch this channel, you knew it was going to be a Cat 5 too. Jim Cantori laughed at me and said I was irresponsible for saying that was going to be a Cat 5. Yeah, he laughed at me. It was a Cat 5. Come on, guys. Let's get this baby rolling. They have an official T-29. See it? The countdown has begun. Well, it's behind me. Sorry about that. I didn't know they were going to put it on the right side today. Yesterday they had it on the left. It's T-29s, my friends. Tanya, Linda, Mark, Jelly Bean. Tell these guys to get their act together and get their helium tanks filled. Yesterday it was some sort of pin, I think. That's right. All in. Kathy, what's happening? Chris, James. There's Scratch again. What's up, Scratch? Boost, Pamela. You live in West New York? The problem here is snow melt. Okay, cool. I believe that. Snow melt after record snowfall. I've been in that too. It's been a while, but I remember one time an actual snow plow got stuck in front of my house. That's how much snow we got. I don't even remember how much it was. It was a lot. It was so much that a snow plow, a truck that spreads salt on the roads, the big transportation department trucks, one tipped over in front of my house. So if it couldn't get through, you know what I was doing? Nothing. And we didn't have internet back then, so I don't know. It was like 16 inches of snow or something like that. But for back then, it was a lot. Today, when we get snow, we don't mess around. 40 inches, just like with hail. We get a hailstorm, it's waist deep. The weather just does not play. If it's a hurricane, Cat 5, just fully maxed. I have never seen such crazy weather in all my life. 2017 was definitely an interesting year for storms worldwide. And you guys know it too. You're wide awake. You know what time it is. 2017, and I have a feeling 2018 is going to be a continuum of 2017. Already seeing it. Just saw the superstorm that hit the upper Northeast. That's the record snow melt that they're dealing with right now. It's picked up right where it left off. Overachievers. That storm dropped 24 millibars in 7 hours. That is unheard of. Say what? 24 millibars in 7 hours. Less than a week later, 5 days later, the same type of system is coming right at Santa Barbara, California. And you knew that. You knew it was coming. But ain't nobody listening to us. Saw it. Turned into a cyclone. Well, yeah, I mean, it was a cyclonic storm. It was just another overachiever. And it was all concentrated right in the area of the Thomas wildfire burn. So A plus B equals bad. I knew it would be. Thank you. Who was that? Got to put my cheaters on here. Mark, Chris, Zachary, in another life. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. You guys are really kind. No kidding. What's up, Cheesesteak? 22. Right on. Nikki, what is happening? We are how much? 25. That's what they're saying now. 25 minutes away from launch. I'll believe it when I see it and I have it recorded on my camera. That's when we have a launch. But no, 2017, seriously, in all my years as a watchman, I've never seen a year like 2017. So I would not expect any less than 2018 to probably outperform 2017. In fact, I fully expect it come late summer. Oh, yeah. Yep. It might be an early hurricane season. Just a wild guess. Yikes. But do keep an eye on the coastal waters, guys. If you see water absent from a coastline, and a coastline equals water. If there's a coast, there's water. If there's a coast and no water, then that's a problem. Take a picture and send it to me. Reports at MrMBB333.com. One more time, reports at MrMBB333.com. It's really simple, and it comes to right here. I get it. I love it when you guys send pictures. I absolutely love it. What's up, Aaron? What's up? Commissioner High. House is full. Marcia, God's Warrior, Jay-Gard, sorry about that, buddy. Mark Stefan Berlin. We're almost 20 minutes away, Ed. Hang in there, buddy. John, what is happening? Boost, cheesesteak, 22. Daniel Manzano. Evelyn, Michael, God's Warrior, Mark. What's going on, guys? 7.4 earthquake in 2018. I know, but I know. I don't want to talk about it. 2018 is going to be an interesting year, guys. But you guys are good. No worries. You're warriors. God's warriors right here in the chat room. Got nothing to worry about. D. Thompson, what's happening? Phenomenal Waltz. Jason Vale to the moon. Let's do it. Why didn't we go back to the moon? Why didn't we go back to the moon? We've got rockets like this. We've had rockets like this ever since we went to the moon. Why didn't we go back? Huh? Come on, talk to me, Lindsay. Talk to me, Linda. Why didn't we go back? That was one of the greatest achievements, supposedly, by mankind ever. And never went back. Once you got it figured out and you got good at it, you didn't go back. That doesn't make any sense. That's like Michael Jordan excelling and becoming the best basketball player in college and then decides, he's going to go become a carpenter when he graduates college and not go play pro basketball. He just perfected the game and then quits. Psh. You know, humans, what's wrong with us? go to the moon, spend eons, and get it perfected, and then don't go back. Or at least, if they did, they didn't tell us. Now that I believe. That I believe. S. Newman, John, Jessica, Linda, Michael, Regina, Commissioner, hi. Colton, the transcendent? Sorry about that. Weather person. If you want a rocket while it's launching, it could hurt your ears badly. Yeah, I believe that. I've never been on a rocket. I would go, though. As long as I can get back home, I would go in a second. You believe it? I would. I'm your guy. No problem. As long as I can get back to my family, I'm on board now. D. Thompson, Mary, S. Newman, Marianne, I'm on the rocket with my earplugs. I'm going. You want to go to Mars? I'll go to Mars. I'm not afraid. But I got to be able to get back home. And I don't know that I trust these guys when they're spending 2 days working on helium tanks. But we are 20 minutes away from a supposed T-minus 4 minutes. We'll see. And guys, I genuinely apologize. Even though it's not my fault. I feel bad, Monique. Boost, Jelly Bean. JJ Love, Barb, I do. I feel bad. Like I said, if I was in charge, they would have done this yesterday. Wouldn't keep people waiting. But it's not like they're orientating this around us. So, but either way, it should be cool. Mr. Boo Boo, Chris, Kathy. What is happening, Jeff? Hello, buddy. Marcia, James, Tanya. Yeah, I still don't get it, you know. Seriously, I've thought about it this way. This is how it's like Michael Jordan getting so good at basketball when he got denied to even play on the team when he was in 8th grade. Did you guys know that? Michael Jordan got cut from the team when he was in the 8th grade. So it's like us trying to get to the moon. We finally get there in college, get so good at college, we win the national championship. I'm a #1 draft pick for the NBA. I'm going to go be a carpenter. Quit playing basketball. They kind of the moon, the Apollo missions, they got really good at it and then quit. I think they still are going, and just are not telling us. What's up? Yeah, I've seen things. Well, I can't. I don't have proof, so I'm not even going to go there. Christopher, Bob, Nikki, nah. The truth will come out someday. But I really do think that they continued with the moon missions, just didn't tell people. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, John. Jay Gerd. Dale D. Thompson. Bob, what's happening? AE. Mark. Cheesesteak 22. Doug Small. Zachary. Average American 2018. You are above average and just don't know it. All right, guys, we've got... Oh, they took the timer off. Why did they take the timer off? They ready? Man, I'm ready. They did. They took the timer off. So I think we're probably about 10 minutes away, right? Let's do it. I still think we have about at least 10 minutes left. Yeah, back to that weather just for a minute. That snow melt up in New York, that's probably why they issued the flood warning. It wasn't the precipitation coming down. It was the precipitation that they were anticipating on melting, and it did not. That can and will cause problems. But here's the thing. They're getting precipitation now across the areas of the New Madrid Fault Zone above the Mississippi River, and the levels are still low, according to the hydrographs. Can you prove me wrong or prove those graphs wrong? Is anybody here from the area in far western Tennessee, near Memphis, near Tiptonville, near Osceola? New Madrid would be cool. If you guys are in those areas and can send a picture of a dry Mississippi River or any Mississippi River, I want to see what it looks like, because the graphs that I've got that I look at are showing that it's at zero. Again, where'd the water go? Yeah, we got to have our water in check. You know what I'm saying? Water. If water were to get out of hand really bad, you know what it would be like on Earth. So we got to know what our water is doing. Why is our water doing what it's doing? You know, the water disappearing. I don't know. Maybe they're shutting off the tributaries, but that still shouldn't affect just one area in the Mississippi. No, not above the New Madrid like that. There's something going on, and I think maybe it's connected to this whole Florida coast thing. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, guys, because I just don't recall coastlines ever just completely going bone dry. It's kind of a big deal, that's all. At least I think it is. Took the timer down. Looking at some light. Whoops, what happened to the live stream? Output low. Looking at some lightning strikes sent in right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rhea, for the cool pics. Oh, we're looking at a... What is that, Rhea? That's something next to that rocket, huh? You don't miss a trick. I thought I didn't miss a trick. Rhea, you don't miss a trick. So Hawkeye. All right, they're talking about going to Mars here in like the end of the year. Not manned, but they're talking about sending a rocket to Mars for exploration. Jay Bird. Viral videos. What's happening? I see you there, viral vids. Zachary Welch, Mr. Boo Boo. Megaso 56, Marsha Weeks. These guys still up here working on helium tanks. SB, Jelly Bean, Lee DeMio. Dev Animate. What's going on? Dale Dufay, my buddy from up north, right on the cusp of that precipitation. You know it, buddy. Barb Aranda, Nikki H, Cloudwalker. What's up, bud? I like that. Cloudwalker. Gene Hamilton. What's up, Gene? Geronimo Alpha. They up there talking about going to Mars. We just want to see him get off our Earth here anytime soon. Sheesh. Can't even get that done. You know, I had a guy tell me a long time ago. This was a man that was in the military. I'm going to share a story with you guys. It's story time. I used to have a contact, a gentleman that I spoke to just once a year. And he was a wise man. He was from Minnesota, by the way. And when I first was introduced to him, he was 96 years old. Sharp as a tack, went to work every day. In fact, owned a business in Minnesota and was the CEO of his own business. Went to work every day. Bergen Seeds and organic food. And he was organic when organic wasn't cool. He was a smart guy. He knew it was coming. I used to talk to him before organic became mainstream. He was organic and he knew it was going to go then. He's a very smart man. He was in the military in the 1950s. He told me some things. He gave me a tsunami of information that completely overwhelmed me. It took me years to digest, even process some of the stuff he said that I never would have dreamt about, you know. But he had already been there, done that, and it was old news to him. Number one, he said that when he went into the military in, I think it was 1950, before a lot of us on here were even born, and that includes me, that there was still chatter about the Philadelphia experiment that was going through the rank and file, and that it was in fact true that that did happen. I'm just sharing a story with you while we're waiting on these guys to get their helium tanks fixed. But he told me that that was true, that they did in fact do that. It was not a conspiracy theory. What else did he tell me? Oh, he told me that there were indeed bases on the moon, active bases, and there was one on Mars as well. And keep in mind, this is the same guy that knew organic was going to be cool before organic was cool. How about that? What's up, Scratch? That's what the man told me. Smart man. He knew organic was going to be cool before any of us did. All is one. Joshua. Maria Jelly Bean, Commissioner High. Groot is a sogwop. All right. Dale Dufay. Surely it's all true. I wouldn't doubt it. He was a smart man. Very, very smart man. He was still going to work and running a business at 96 years old. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What's up, Mark? X-Ray 22, Stephen. Jesus Ready. Jelly Bean, Charlene. Come on, guys. Let's get this going. Grizz, Cheesesteak, Dale. Organic, I do. It probably did help him live a long time, Dale. He was an amazing, amazing human being. He forgot more about life than most of us will ever know. And I was humbled just to be on the phone with him. It was a humbling experience. I mean, humbling. I had nothing but respect for that man. Good man. What's up, Griez? Coca-Cola. No, wait a minute. My fault. Cola-Cola. Angus, Galactic Hurricane. Now you're talking. Galactic Hurricane. I like that. What's up, Coder C? Michael Sean Adam, Blazed Frags. You got it. Blazed Frags. We're about to blaze a trail right into the stratosphere. Come on, baby. Let's blaze a trail. I'm getting thirsty. About to drive me to drink, and I haven't drank since 2005. I think I quit somewhere around in there. I don't know when it was. I know it's been over 10 years since I don't even... no? Yeah. It's been over 12 years. Good Lord Almighty. And these people are about to drive me to drink. So ready to go home. James, shrimp fajitas. We got to be getting close here. 7 minutes and 20 seconds, guys. 7 minutes and 20 seconds. I be crazy sometimes. I know, me too. What's up, Angelo, Sylvie, Michael Sean, Linda Perez. What's up, Kevin? Galactic Hurricane. There's a lot of galactic hurricanes out there. We're in one. Don't even know it. Called a Milky Way. And every once in a while, there'll be spin-offs on these little orbs that circumnavigate inside those galactic hurricanes. Mike, Marianne, James, what's up, James? Jennifer, Joshua, Sylvie, Scratch, Zachary Welch. How long have you known Scoot from Planet X News, MB? No, I don't. Planet X News, good guys over there. Good guys at Planet X News. They are my friends. Commissioner High, Joshua, Dale Dufay, Terras of the Milky Way. Smart man right there. Dale Dufay, check him out. Smart guy. Listen to what the man's got to say. Jennifer, I'm ready for a rocket launch. 5 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, my friends, I think we are 4 minutes. We're either 4 minutes away from a T-4, or we are 4 minutes away from a launch. But here's the thing. I'm going to go outside with my camera. I'm going to interact with you guys here for a couple of more minutes. The volume is a little low because this is a new software that I'm using. It's good right now because I'm talking directly into the mic, but the volume is set for this mic only. For some reason, it's not picking up the sound from the rocket launch. So what I'm going to do is push the mic up by the monitor, and you should be able to hear it pretty decent while I'm outside getting some pictures of whatever I can get. When I come back inside, I will jump back on the mic and we'll discuss the rocket launch. And hopefully I will have something to show you guys that I can see from here. But we'll have to wait and see, Mr. Boo Boo. Galactic Hurricane. I'll put it on a tripod. I do actually have it on a, well, it's a big arm over here, like a big boom arm is what they call it, but it will only go up so far. What I'll do is move this desk close but if I go and try to reconfigure it now in the settings, I will lose every one of you people, and I don't want that to happen. That's the only reason I don't go in there and reconfigure it, because these live streams can be very, very finicky at times, if you will, and sometimes they are just hanging on by a thread anyway, so I'm just going to let well enough alone. Next time, we will know. I will have the internal settings set accordingly, but like I said, this is a new software program for me, and I will improve as we move forward. That's right, Cynthia, Angus, Sylvie, Chris, I appreciate you guys sticking around. I know it's been, good Lord, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Yeah, they still got the arms are still in place. They haven't pulled the pins yet. When they pull the pins, then it'll be launch time anyway. So I think we are about ready to go. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is put this mic as close as I can get it up there, run outside and get some flicks. And we'll see what happens from the ULA team to our team over here in Southeast Phoenix and all around the world. Michigan. Gilbert, how can I donate? You know what? Viral videos down in the description box. There's here we go, guys, in the description box if you guys want to. SB, Blondie Lebanese, Cynthia, Mr. Boo Boo, Galactic Hurricane, back in the room. Okay, guys, I don't want to miss this, so I'm going to go outside, and I am going to leave this with you. Here we go.
RC, verify solid radiation. Sensible to launch. Verified. MAQ, swing arm lock pin to pull. Active.
They get ready.
Now minus 10 minutes. All communication switch to channel 1. All personnel and visitors remain in present position until launch. Maintain operational silence in the LCC.
Terminal count briefing. If a condition exceeds a launch constraint anytime after a terminal count status checks, the observer shall announce hold on channel 1, identify their station, and briefly state the reason for the hold. Terminal count briefing. If a condition exceeds... Flight control, perform launch on time verification. Roger. The observer shall announce hold on channel 1. SC, transfer spacecraft to internal power. Roger. USO, verify the hold fire switches in the proceed position.
Ready to proceed.
RLM, verify red line monitor and event table are in the correct configuration for terminal count.
Minus 9 minutes.
Launch on time verified.
Roger.
Still got 9 minutes. Still got 9 minutes to go, so ain't no point in me going outside. I'm going to hang out in here with you. 9 minutes. Seems like it's been an eternity. Lordy, lordy. Almost 3 hours. Terrors of the Milky Way. Take your phone, Dale, instead of like this, go like that. That's all you gotta do, buddy. It will be great. All right, so, well, now they're saying 8 minutes, so I will believe it when I see it, right? Ain't that right? Punky Paranormal, Travis Scroggins, what's up, buddy? Stefan, Commissioner High. Maria B. Cheesesteak 22. There they are. Look at them. That's like old school NASA right there. That looks like a picture from the 1970s. Look at that. Look at that control room. All right, cool. Whatever works, Travis. Blueberg. Leanne V. What's up? Blue. Weather person. Hi, weather person. I think they're finally getting their business together right now. Look at them. They're doing their checklist and checking it twice. Go, go, go. What's up, Jay Bird? Shauna? Bronx in. Jelly Bean and X-Ray. Look at them. They're making their list and checking it twice. They are proceeding with the count. Kevin, they are proceeding, buddy. Zachary, Tanya, get ready. You guys buckle up. Buckle up, guys. We're going to the stratosphere. I don't think these guys are like SpaceX. They don't reuse their rocket. They let her go. And in fact, the SpaceX that flew over, I think it was a Falcon 9 that flew over our house December 22nd. They didn't reuse that one. T-3 Jelly Bean. Bring it on, Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Tanis, Mary, Havoc Clash, the Grizz. What's up, Grizz? There's the ocean. You can see the Pacific Ocean there. What's up, Freedom Fighter? Terry. What's up, Gary? Blondie, Lindsay, Steven, Jelly Bean, Geronimo, Chuck, Scott, Mr. Boo Boo, and Barbara. What's happening, Carol? All right. Come on, let's rock this baby. Are you serious? Make it happen. Seriously. I've sat here and grown a damn beard waiting on this rocket to take off. I'm going to have to shave again. Wow. All right. Jack White's new video. No, I haven't seen that. Have not seen it. What's up, Cherry Pie? But I should check out Jack White's new video. Okay. I will. What's up, Zachary? What's up, Earl? Earl the Pearl. All right, guys, I think we're about ready for a rocket launch. What's up in our skies? That's for sure. It ain't no rocket yet. We're waiting on a rocket to go up in our skies. Drive me to drink around here, and I don't even drink. What's up, Chuck? Joshua? 2B, Barefoot Smasher. All right. Okay, guys, I think we are, like, seriously almost there. So I don't want to miss any opportunity I got outside. So, again, I understand the volume is low. I know that. But if I go into the settings and try to adjust it from this to this here, I will lose you guys, and I don't want to do that. So watch the launch, wait for me to come back, and I'll show you on my handy-dandy Polaroid here what I see in the sky. Okay? So hopefully I'll be able to see something. But I understand that the volume is low. Just roll with it for now. The next time we'll have it all dialed in. But I'll do the best I can. You'll be able to see it, that's for sure. And hopefully you'll be able to see what I see outside, if anything. No guarantees. But if it flies over the neighborhood, trust me, I'll get every second of it. What's up, Marianne? Okay, guys. I think they're really taking it serious. They're going to burn some rocket fuel. So I'm going to head outside. 90 seconds. What's up, Viral Vids? What's up, John Johnson? What's happening? Brooklyn, what's up? JJ? Hey, I'm going outside, Elaine. Seriously. Let me grab my phone. We're 90 seconds away from the stratosphere. Here we go.
T-minus 1 minute.
Rock, report range status.
Range is green. 50.
Enjoy. 1 minute. Be right back.
Secure flight level.
30.
Status check.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Go NROL 47.
23.
SRM TVC blowdown.
15.
Rope ignition.
T-minus 30 seconds.
10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition of the R-68A main engine, and we have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the NROL-47 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
In the flight, R-68 chamber pressure looks good. Fuel injector pressure also looks good.
You're hearing the voice of Patrick Moore providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Burn profile on the solid rocket motors appears to be with its family. Now passing 25 seconds into flight. And now 35 seconds in. Still seeing good chamber pressure and injector pressure on the RS-68. Good chamber pressure on both solid rocket motors. Now coming up on 49 seconds into the flight, Mach 1, Delta IV is now supersonic. And 55 seconds in, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. And continuing to see good chamber pressure on the RS-68. Launch vehicle is now 8.5 miles in altitude, or 0.8 miles downrange distance, traveling at 1,400 miles per hour. 1 minute, 15 seconds into flight. Approximately 20 seconds remaining until SRM burnout. And continuing to see good chamber pressure on the RS-68. Now 1 minute, 30 seconds in, standing by for SRM burnout shortly. And we have SRM burnout standing by for jettison. And we have good jettison on both solid rocket motors. Now 1 minute, 45 seconds into flight. Continuing to see good chamber pressure on the RS-68, good fuel injector pressures as well. And the Delta IV rocket now weighs just 1/2 of what it did at launch, burning propellant at a rate of almost 2,000 pounds per second. Just over 2 minutes into flight. And the ACS press valve has been opened. System pressure response looks good. 2 minutes, 10 seconds into flight. And at 2 minutes, 22 seconds into flight, vehicle is now passing Mach 5, traveling at 5 times the speed of sound. Launch vehicle is now 50 miles in altitude, 34 miles downrange distance, traveling at 3,700 miles per hour. 2 minutes, 40 seconds into flight. And upper stage lock system has begun boost phase chill down sequence to begin thermal conditioning of the Arlton engine. 1 minute to BECO. And fuel system has begun boost phase chill down. We have good indication of payload fairing jettison. Now 3 minutes, 15 seconds into flight, vehicle is now passing Mach 10.
R68 continues to perform well. Fuel injector and chamber pressures look good. And the launch vehicle is now 110
This is Delta Mission Control at T plus 3 minutes, 42 seconds. We've just seen the successful liftoff of the Delta IV rocket carrying the NROL-47 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office, and all systems continue to operate nominally. Liftoff occurred at 2:11 p.m. Pacific. At our customer's request, we'll now conclude our live coverage. Thanks to ULA's Patrick Moore for his participation in this afternoon's show. For more information on ULA or the Delta IV, visit ulalaunch.com or join the conversation on Twitter and Facebook. We'll leave you now with another look at today's liftoff. I'm Mike Underhill, and on behalf of the entire launch team, thank you for joining us and have a great day. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition of the R-68A main engine, and we have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the NROL-47 mission for the National Reconnaissance Office.
Seconds into flight. R-68 chamber pressure looks good. Fuel injector pressure also looks good.
You're hearing the voice of Patrick Moore providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Burn profile on the solid rocket motors appears to be within family. Now passing 25 seconds into flight.
Nothing to see. So they went out somewhere else. They went out over the ocean. So it didn't get anything, guys. Nothing to see. So they went out somewhere else. Took a totally different path than the SpaceX, which is cool. Wasn't for sure that they would or not. Let me switch to something different here. I hope it stays on. I'm trying something, so bear with me, guys. Of course, it's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe I won't lose you. Let's see what happens. Do you see that image? Not that one there. It should switch here in just a second. No, I didn't get anything. I'm going to show you here. Yeah, that picture right there. Okay, I wanted to show you that before I switch gears. Let me show you what I got. Nothing. It went out over the ocean. It went out over the ocean. Didn't come inland like the SpaceX did. So nothing to see, which is no big deal. I'm glad they got the rocket launch off. Mission, but this picture here, I'm going to switch gears real quick before we wrap this up. Barb, Vortex, Stacy Funk, Ryan. What's up, Zachary? See this picture here that I'm showing on the screen? That is of Cypress Beach near Tampa Bay, Florida. And I just wanted to share this with you real quick before we wrap up this live stream. This is courtesy of Omar Garsh. Whoops. I'm waiting on it to buffer, guys. For some reason, the video output is low at the moment, and I do not know why. I don't know why, Ryan, Chuck, Boom, Anonymous. It doesn't make sense to me. This internet is like dial-up. Do you guys remember dial-up? Seriously, it's like dial-up sometimes. But anyway, what we're looking at is a still shot from a video put up by Omar. Omar Vlogs. I'll have the video in the description box below. In fact, I'm going to do a video about it later, but I wanted to share it with you guys while you're here. This is just another example of the mini that we already have of low water levels along the coastline. And this is at Cypress Beach near Tampa Bay, Florida. And this was taken 2 or 3 days ago. I want to say the 9th or the 10th. I got to end it, guys. For some reason, I'm losing my stream. So it's been fun. I've had a great time, and thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Jervis, Jason in Another Life, Aaron, Sanford, Truth in Love. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for being here, and we'll do it again at a date in the near future. This was fun. I appreciate it, all your comments and your time and your donations. Thank you so much.